Check. 1, 2. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? It's lunchtime. Greetings. Daughter of a king. What's up, Anna? What up, Tam? Henley, daughter of a king. Kitty Jones. J1, I'm good. David Hernandez, Gregory, Thomas, Love Pebbles, Ashley. We're going to get right into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm good, Lisa B. Last night, I was just, finished watching the movie, Harriet Tubman. Real good movie. I don't know if y'all people seen that movie. I was watching that movie, Harriet Tubman, last night, you know. Then after I watch my movies like that, I usually go into watching like basketball or whatever. What up, Michael, Brenda, Lisa B. What is that, Poppy? So I usually go watch. Yeah, it was a good movie. I don't usually watch movies like Harriet Tubman and stuff like that, but it was a good movie. So I usually go watching my basketball. The street ball. If anybody know about street ball, and one Professor, um, Sham God, Rafa Austin, Skip to Malu on YouTube. So as I was browsing YouTube, I saw that somebody had Will Smith getting punched or whatever the case may be. So what up, Jerry? What up, Eddie? Pebbles, good morning. Katie Jones, daughter of a king. She was fearless in that movie. Yeah, wow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was a good movie. Yeah, check it out, Harriet Tubman. I think the movie was made out, 2019? Yeah, one said Skip to Malu. Yeah, Ray for Austin. Yep. So I usually watch stuff like that, you know, at nighttime, you know what I mean, with the basketball. So then I saw somebody had it out, with Will Smith getting punched. I thought it was like fake or whatever the case may be, but it was an actual, real situation. So I checked it out. I clicked the video, and this one was like, it wasn't censored or nothing. It had the whole thing in it. Will Smith cursing and whatnot. And I didn't understand. I thought Chris Rock was talking about when Jada was doing all the cheating and whatnot, but because I didn't know G.I. Jane movie or none of that. So I didn't know the understanding until somebody had to explain it to me, like because Jada Pinkett had a health issue with her hair or something like that. I didn't know all that, and I didn't know that Chris Rock also said something about Jada years ago. I had to research all that last night to find out the back end of the story. So Will Smith. Let me read some of these comments first. Michael Good said Chris Rock got hit. Daughter of the King said Will Smith punched Chris Rock, and I think it was wrong. Poppy says, why are the Bibles sold out quickly? I mean, people want those Bibles. There's thousands, 10,000s of people want those Bibles. So when they go on sale, it just go quick. What up, Daryl? What up, Eddie? Gregory? That ain't his wife, anyways, fam. I don't know. You got to understand. A lot of these people, they're not saved. So they don't know the particulars to the scriptures. The way we may know. So what we may say about Will Smith, him not being married or whatever the case may be, they don't look at as Chris Rock was making a joke or whatever the case may be. Mr. Will Smith got up and it could have been a slap, it could have been a punch, but as a fighter, I know Chris Rock took that punch. His legs didn't buckle on anything. He took it good. He was very professional. But was it right? I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, because there are a lot of times, even on here, even in Will Smith's speech, he said, you're gonna have to go through ridicule and humiliation the way people, say this and say that about, I guess their families and things like that. Of course, I think Will Smith was this, he had a lot going on, a lot, bundled up within himself. You know what I'm saying? From the past, especially going on with him and Jada and stuff like that, and people making smart comments. So he just took it out on Chris Rock or whatever, whatever the case, may be. There's even a lot of people in this holiness world that we gotta face. You know what I'm saying? Like even these people on here who are very disrespectful, who call themselves Christians. You know, people come at me, whatever the case may be, say disrespectful things, and honestly, I'm glad it's over the internet. I'm glad. I'm absolutely happy it's over the internet, because there are a lot of people that I would approach. You know what I mean? In a very very type of way. Daughter of a King says, I absolutely love Will Smith, but I'm disappointed in him. He should have been charged with assault. Putting your hand on someone is never the answer. It's distasteful. Susan says, greeting brothers, could you please send me December 31st service? Thank you. Type in Geno Jennings December 31st, 2021 on YouTube. She'll be there. Sensitive Man, where is the masculinity in these days? G.I. Jane was a movie that came out in 1997. Tim says, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. He won't speak on her no more. Uh, Lizette says, hey, bro, I like the fact that Denzel gave him advice before the situation, that when you're at your highest, that's when the devil comes at you. Gregory says, he ain't not anger. Henley says, that's his second marriage. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was Will Smith's second marriage or whatever the case may be. I didn't know. Black Mamba, blessings to you. He's mad emotional. I lost all respect for Will Smith. Last night, never was a fan of Chris Rock. His jokes be corny, but I can respect the man who lets something go. And Denzel Washington ought to be ashamed. The money game, bottom line. Kitty Jones said, troll talk all the time, so you're gonna find all of them and slap them too. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, it's definitely a lot of trolls out here, and I could understand, you know what I mean, why someone may physically attack somebody who's talking about them or whatever the case may be, because we human, we human. It's okay to say little jokes here and there, but when you going through something, you're like real, emotional. We don't know what Will was going through that day. I'm not saying he's right, and I'm not saying he's wrong, because there's a lot of times where as though, a lot of people talk crazy on here. Some people come in my inbox being disrespectful, very disrespectful. We ain't talking about in a joking manner neither. You know what I'm saying? Whereas though I wanted to like get at them. It's not hard. These people think because they got I don't know, disguised names that, IP addresses can't get discovered easily. So it's a lot. Well, I walked away 100% of the times, 100% of the times, because nobody got physically hurt or, physically hit by me or whatever the case may be. So I had to learn on the job with this YouTube stuff, especially with, in Christian, being a Christian or whatever the case may be. Excuse me. Um, when even in boxing, like I ain't had to go through this. Nobody like came at me in a disrespectful manner, or when I was younger, nobody came at me in a disrespectful manner. It was only when I became into the way of holiness. You got a lot of haters out there and stuff like that who could be very disrespectful, and it's like very weird because these people are supposed to be, I guess, striving for God or whatever the case may be, but they act in a manner of being disrespectful, and sometimes our emotions can play a big part in also what we are going through. Let me read some of these comments. And it says she was cheating on him. Oh man, I thought they had like an open marriage or something like that. I heard of something like that. Listen, I mean, if Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, listen, if they doing movies and stuff like that, kissing on other people in movies, it's still adultery. I don't care if you're doing it for $1 or not. Adultery is adultery, or whatever the case may be. So approved adultery and non-approved adultery, is all adultery in general. Will got the attention she was desired into with the eye rolling. Will is a tube steak lover. Anyone seeing 6 degrees of separation, it wasn't Quincy his mentor. Agreed. Very distasteful. Um, David Hernandez says, "Do you have a fight record and what's your record?" I explained that before. You know, I was in the amateurs years ago when I was younger. You know, had a few fights, amateur boxing. You know, about 10 to 12 fights in kickboxing. Um, I studied. We did jujitsu groundwork. I was gonna fight one day in that, but I think I fought like twice in that day, so I didn't want to burn myself out. So there's some fights up there. You know, just I guess search my name. I was gonna put up some fights, but you know, I don't think people would be interested too much, you know, because this is a channel of like, you know, holiness and things like that. So I mean, maybe once in here and there, I might put up a little something or whatever the case may be. But I never turned professional, you know. I turned it down. Katie Jones, he would have defended for the SmackDown if he would have hit August Alstina, like the People's Kids was watching that last night and seen this. She said, Will stood up for his wife, although we understand marriage, but in his world, that's his wife, woman, and he took a stand. He sent a message. Keep your hands in your pockets, Jerry says. Listen, I mean, Jerry, you know, say keep my hands in my pockets. It's understandable, but when you got people making threats and things like that, and you know, I think about situations in scenarios. Let's say if I'm, you know, in Walmart or in a toy store, you know, walking with my daughter or something, and you know, a so-called heckler who's disrespectful, you know, comes and start, you know, heckling right there. You know what I'm saying threatening remarks and being disrespectful. You know what I mean? Like everybody ain't there. Let me say this: everybody ain't there yet. You know, everybody is not there. So if I got my daughter in front of me and there's a disrespectful person from YouTube or something that needs to be put in place, then you know I gotta defend me and my family in general. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you know, I probably would have to repent later, you know, but you got to defend your family in that manner, you know, because there's been a lot of people who's just talking real crazy, real crazy. I mean, a lot of 99% of the stuff nobody knows about because I don't post it on YouTube or whatever the case may be. You know, Albert Fuller says, "Greetings, my brother. There is just temporarily peace among us, those of the world. Jesus says, 'My peace give I unto you, not as a world.' Christ Jesus is the answer." Demi Moore did that movie first. Seven Deuce says, Katie Jones, now he got PTSD. Now that's Will's second wife, perfect example of why the scripture says stay with one wife. Anna says, Chris is a comedian. Chris is a comedian. Yeah, he's a comedian. Chris Rock, man, I only liked him when he did that the one rib thing back in the day, long time ago. I forgot what movie that was. It's old movie. Black on black crime has to stop. I don't really call that a crime, you know what I mean? I don't call that a crime, you know. Both of them love that tube steak. I think they're lovers. Um, I want all three to come together and Chris apologize and move on. Kitty Jones, like he ain't called her the B word. He took it too far. Hello, everyone. At Alex. Will can hand the invite up next year. Okay. McCarver says a pro, you should make a podcast or have a one-on-one type show. I mean, I thought about it, but it just get too busy, you know, doing the videos and stuff like that, and you know, and pushing these videos. I push the videos like a lot. So with the podcast thing, I think it would interfere with what I got going on. I mean, I thought about it with the podcast stuff, but I just be too busy like with the promoting and marketing, you know, things on YouTube and Facebook and Rumble and you know, Instagram. I don't really be on Instagram, but you know, I dip and dab on there. But you know, cutting up these videos and making sure they in order and stuff like that, it's a lot of work. You know, it's a lot of work. It's a lot. It's a lot. You know, and plus, of course, watching the Truth of God videos. You know, with the timestamps and making sure that the topics are right and everything is on point. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. Not that I'm complaining, I love it, but just to add on another duty of podcasting, it's like tough. It's like, how can I include this into my schedule? Okay, BB77 says, not that I agree with his comedy, but that comes with the territory in that business. Will Smith was totally emasculated by Jada, and all he did was cry. His own daughter came out. Seven Deuce says, acting like rappers. That was funny. That was real funny. Elizabeth says, absolutely, Tony. When we stand for holiness, we will always be under attack. The devil don't like it, period. Absolutely. Even, like I said earlier, even, doing pushing out these videos and stuff like that and trying to remain on a path of holiness and righteousness. You know, you got these so-called false prophets out there. You got their members. I'm pretty sure some of their members, they always low riding on this live. My lives are always commenting, low riding. The videos that I put out and stuff like that. The same ones that be like disrespectful and stuff like that. And then when you put them in a place, because listen, if you so called striving for Christ, I understand we may have some disagreements and stuff like that, but that don't mean you should get disrespectful in a manner. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta get disrespectful because we have some type of disagreement with the scriptures and whatnot. You know, like calm down, relax. You know, um, Wings and Mumble says that was a satanic ritual. A lover, he said it was satanic. Korea Hayes says, I watched the Harriet movie. Also, didn't watch Oscars. Why did Will slap Chris? I mean, I really don't know the particulars. I just know about videos. I wasn't watching the Oscars, like I said. I was watching Harry movie. Then started watching basketball. I was watching, street basketball. Before that, I was watching, highlights of the St. Peter's versus North Carolina. St. Peter's, Jersey City, my hometown. In North Carolina, my old favorite college basketball team went at it yesterday. Of course, I was rooting for St. Peter's, my hometown, whatever. But they lost. I think they missed a lot of easy shots yesterday in the game. They probably was a little bit too excited when they got close to the rim. They shot a bit hard. Those who know basketball, the closer you get to the rim, the softer you got to shoot. So just lighten up the touch off the shot. But shout out to St. Peter's and Shaheem Holloway, the coach out there in Jersey City. Seven Dude says he was defending his second wife the way he should have fought for his first wife. Oh man, Jerry says, Tony, don't you hit these dudes with glass jaws. I mean, I mean, listen. I've done well, not getting physical with anybody on YouTube or whatever the case may be, despite whatever they have said to me. You know, I was just given a situation, a scenario. If I was in Walmart with my daughter or whatever the case may be, and let's say a YouTube heckler came up to me and started being disrespectful and making threats, that's a whole different ball game. So I think it's Jairia says, so a man can sleep with his wife, but no one can joke about Hollywood, aka I don't know what that means. Puddlewood is crazy. I don't know what that means. I commend Chris for his polls. Yeah, Chris Rock took that punch. As a fighter, he got some strong legs. Because he didn't buckle up that hit. And he kept it professional and still was funny. Katie Jones, but I don't listen to Chris Rock like that anyway. Katie Jones says, Tony, Do you think Chris should have hit back, or he did right by letting it go and carrying on? Everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different. I'm different. I would have me being honest. I guess being a fighter, I would have had to defend myself. I mean, Chris, if he want that check next year, he would have had to remain professional like that. But they had a history. They had a history of, before, it didn't just happen, just because, plus Will, what he was going through. And I honestly, I didn't know that, Jada had a medical condition like that. That's something serious, when you're joking about somebody's health like that. And plus in these days, is very serious. When it comes to like jokes, and should Chris have hit back? Biblically, no. Biblically, no. He did the right thing. He did the right thing by, remaining professional and not even cursing at him or nothing. He remained professional. I give respect to Chris Rock for that. But as far as like his jokes about Will Smith, second wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, or whatever the case may be, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not really caught up into like the celebrity world or whatever the case may be. You know, a man that keeping his mouth keeps his life. At Lazetta says. Lisa B says that's what my husband says all the time when some beef comes my way. I'm not there. Pray for me. Greetings, family. It just look like shitty that Chris Ross didn't back it up for anything. You can. Will's own daughter says she wishes her mother went with Tupac. These folks are crazy. Will's own daughter says she wishes her mother went with Tupac. These folks are crazy. I mean, when Tupac was younger and Jada, they was in, I guess high school together, performing arts and things like that. I remember that, back in the day when Tupac was, I guess had some sense. You know what I'm saying? Very talented brother, whatever the case may be, but he went off track, when he started, thinking he was like a gangster or whatever the case may be. So, would that have been better? Nah, nah, nah. Lisa B, New Jack City, the rib thing. Vaughn Brown, what up? Long time, Vaughn Brown. Wow. Wow. Vaughn Brown. Wow. That's all I got to say. WOW. Hey, you, Vaughn Brown. WOW. And I know you back there laughing. You know why you're laughing. You know why. You know why, Vaughn Brown. You know why. Keep laughing. Keep laughing. He says Katie Jones, no Christian have not hit back. Too much drama. That's if you, yeah, Jerry for sure, for sure, for sure. Katie Jones says cutting up these videos, man. I fell out laughing. I don't know why. I thought you was going to say something else. Oh man, Fazza says Will Smith is trying to be a thug. He thinks his wife is attracted to. Where was it that energy with the dude that slept with his wife? Uh-oh. 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 Katie Jones says discipline and self-control. David Hernandez says, how long has Pastor Jennings been preaching? I got a video out. He says he's been preaching since he was 13 years old. Since he was 13. I think he was born in 1963 or February 10th or 9th or something like that. He said those award ceremonies are satanic in themselves. What up, Rachel? Katie Jones says, I love the commentary of these conversations, Tony. You got to keep doing this. I look forward to these lives. Yeah, because it's like an interaction with the people that's typing. That's why I call it like conversations. Because I like to interact with those who are commenting also. Yeah, hold on for a second. You got to hold on for a second, huh? Hold on for a quick second. You screaming? You screaming? You were screaming? What? Her kitchen, her small kitchen set that we heard. Where's it? It's in the toy box. Just wait. Just wait. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I'm back. He said, "You wow." He said, "You wow, Tony." Comedians always making fun of people. They should understand everyone is not in agreement with their actions. I agree. Jada Self is from I don't know how to pronounce that. You know what I mean? Alpaca or something. God might have smoked Jada's scalp, brother. Who knows? It's possible. It's possible. It's definitely possible. Von Brown's laughing. I know you laughing, Von Brown. Woo, Von Brown. I'm just joking with Von Brown. Katie Jones says, "What are your thoughts of Jussie Smollett?" While we on this topic, I don't really know that too much of the story of Jussie has been going on for years. They should have just let it go, but they probably just making a fool of him, because of what he did or whatever the case may be. But I completely forgot about the Jesse story, until they brought it up about a couple of weeks ago, whatever the case may be. As a black man myself, it's hurtful to see black men so quick to attack their other black men. If the community were of different race, I'm sure Will would have continued laughing and clapping. Oh man. BB77 says, but the point is, why are you having conversations with your child about an old flame? Crazy. Nikita Robinson. Yeah, she says, Vaughn, greetings, sis. Oh, okay. Brian says, greetings. This is good. I don't see this much on YouTube for sure. Okay, AJ, I will never ever commit adultery. It destroys a man. Shame on Jada. They all wife swap. BB77 says they all wife swap wives, husbands, and diseases in Hollywood. They're all bunch of drama queens. Wow. Yeah. Michael T says y'all women better get right before. Michael T, you might have started something. Michael T says y'all women better get right before y'all head go bald like mine's, looking like George Jefferson 304s. Wow. All negativity is irrelevant. We need to pray for one another, lift each other up, and strive to be obedient to the will of God. We're not in their relationship, but the entire situation is sad. That Lizette says. Jesse made a fool of himself. Says Tam. Okay, let me see some more of these comments. Star Hernandez says, "What happens to the Black Lives Matters?" Yeah, Black Lives Matters. A lot of situations have been happening. Especially even with the kid who fell, at that amusement park ride, where was Black Lives Matter then? It's been a lot of situations, that happen in the black community, the urban community, that, it's like, what happened to the Black Lives Matter movement? Where are they? They nowhere to be found. I know Hassan Campbell, another YouTuber, he talks on them. He gets at them. He gets at the Black Lives Matter movement, and my son about where are they now. I guess they pocketed a couple of $1 million, and that was it. They they know where to be found. Dave Hernandez says, does the TOG church have more pastors instead of Pastor Jennings? Yeah, they got Taj Jussie, they got brother Abraham. Who else they got out there? I got up Taj Jussie. I put up Taj. Somebody put up Stephen Williams. Somebody put up Minister Steve. Dan Thompson, he a preacher, I believe, out there in Delaware. Abraham Aviles, you know. Gabby Robinson from Jamaica. It's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of ministers under the truth of God. That minister that most of us don't see. I see them. You know, they be on Facebook. You know, um, I think when he have like the end of the year services, he allow a few of them to speak, like most of the time. Yes, he does. You know, And they had Let me see. Let me keep going. Let me read some of these comments. Okay. He says, what BLM agree with LGBT movement and abortion also here in Canada? Hmm. Yeah, Sandra Moore says many with Pastor Gino. Thousands. He just not, as he always states, he's just not in a rush to ordain, ministers and stuff like that, and which I commend him for. I definitely commend Gino for that. Absolutely. You know what I mean? But Evangelist Todd Jussie, he's definitely on point. You know what I mean? He's definitely on point. I got Taj Jussie up. I believe the sermon is be careful who you let around your children that I got up. You know what I mean? So yeah, as far as like comedy, Rachel says comedy is comedy. Maybe she has lost her hair because of all the decades of use of her using weave and glue on her hair. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that, but it's a serious matter when something like that happens. Will Smith had to been, going through some stuff within himself. Should he have reacted like that way? I don't know. I don't know because we don't know how we would go get the other one. Go get the other one. 'Cause we don't know how we would react. Y'all gotta excuse me. That's my that's my oldest daughter. You know, she home. They off from school today. She keep bugging daddy. Kenny Jones, oh Lord, be holy. Jerry says it's got to matter to black folks first, huh? Jerry, what you mean by that? It's got to matter to black folks first. I don't understand that part right there. You know. So we're just here having this conversation about what took place last night. You know what I mean? I guess in the Oscars or whatever the case may be. Rachel says, I love everyone. Will shows low class, but physically assaulting Chris Rock, I feel bad. Um, I mean, like I said, we don't know how we would react, even in holiness. You know, somebody cuts us off in traffic or whatever the case may be, cuts us in line, or or just getting underneath our skin. We don't know. Some of us, well, not me. I don't use profanity, but I know some of us still, dropping f bombs and things of that nature. When some people gets underneath our skin. Jay Sean says, "Hey, what up, Tony? I'm glad that you're doing well. Blessings for sure. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. We'll need to go back to his first wife. I don't even know who Will Smith's first wife is. I never knew that. I never knew that until y'all just mentioned, that he had another wife. I never knew that. Jada told Will August would never have allowed that the pal." Von Brown says exactly. None of us can say what we will or won't do until we're in that situation. Absolutely, absolutely. Somebody talks about your spouse or your family members like that, who has a medical condition and someone who they had history with, and which I saw a video of him talking about them years ago at an award show, whatever the case may be. So we don't know how we would react. We really don't know. Some of us still, drop f bombs if somebody cut us off in Walmart. So you know, so just be mindful, of what can take place after this manner. You can go to the store right now today, and somebody could just bump you, or step on your shoes, or whatever the case may be. You ready to throw down. So so just be mindful. What's good, Tony? I'm not mad at Will Smith at all. Quincy Small 89 says, Rachel says, Cora, I understand what I'm a hairdresser. Stephen Williams says, wonder if he would have had the same reaction if it was The Rock who said those comments. Yeah, I kind of thought about that. I know Joe Rogan is a comedian too. He's also an MMA fighter. So I kind of went through my mind today, like, what if Joe Rogan said that? What if you had done that to Joe Rogan? Or Michael Jai White, those who can really fight. You know, I don't think so. I really I really don't think so. Not that it's about that, but I just think certain people know what type of people they can hit and not hit. Rachel says it can be caused by years and decades of hair braid weaves, tight cornrows, and chemical used in the hair follicle. Wow. Wow, y'all teaching too about hair. Sonia Richardson says, "Did Will mention God in his apology speech? What God was he mentioning? The one that is non-existent in his home?" in his life. You know these celebrities, once they get up there for a speech or whatever the case may be, they mention God, they mention Jesus Christ, and things of that and things of that nature and stuff like that, just to try to ease the whole mood or whatever the case may be. Matthew says 6 degrees of separation, baby lotion time. I don't know. I don't know what 6 degrees of separation means. I don't know what that means. Dewan Martin will wipe his tears. Jerry Mary says Black Lives. Rachel says, by your comparing Will to a holy man, Will Smith is not a Christian. Rachel says, Wayne says Will looked cool until he saw Jada looked at him. Uh-oh. John Allen says Will Smith was wrong for doing that to Chris Rock. No, you know, yeah, you could say that. Um, you know, some people say, some people say it was right, some people say it was wrong, whatever the case may be. But he says, Katie Jones says Jesus be offense. Tim says Will practices Scientology. Wow. Sherry's about his wife, who Jada referred to his oldest son as a bonus child. Things make you go, wow. John Anna says, keep up the good work. Thank you, I appreciate that. He said Chris Rock started a fireplace. Chris is comedian. Hello. So, as we talking about the topic of defending your family, whatever the case may be, it depends on the situation. It definitely depends on the situation. In reference to defending your family, of course us, who's striving for holiness, and those who are not striving for holiness are in two different categories. Someone says, "Well, study Scientology." I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. I don't even know what they study or what that organization is about. You know, but should Chris have not made those comments? I mean, I don't know. Chris is a comedian. He's there to host a show. He's there to go right. He's there to receive a check. He remained professional. Wells Herbert Jones says, if you don't know God, it's even harder to fight against anger and pressures of build up from life and demonic spirits, which never stops daily. I mean, it's tough, man. It was pretty funny. I thought it was part of the. I thought actually it was fake when I first saw it. Bring a comedian that's not being. I guess you meant being a comedian does not give you a pass to be disrespectful. Um, eh, I mean, back in the day, with the Richard Pryors and the Martin Lawrences, back in the Def Comedy Jam days, there were jokes that was like real more grittier than that. I think just in these days, it's a lot more sensitivity out here, in these days. You know, Chris Rock. Someone said Chris Rock has never been funny to me, but back in the '90s, Martin Lawrence used to clown everybody. Yeah, back when I used to, watch those stuff, with Martin Lawrence and Chris Tucker was funny. Um, who else was funny out there back in the day? D.L. Hughley. Um, but I'm trying to think. Capone. Um, there's a lot of them out there that was funny back in the day. You know what I'm saying? We talking about back in the day. You gotta be specific out here. We got these low riders on here. You know. Question. Wings and Mumble says, question, bro, are we crazy? Are they? I have a. Are we crazy? What do you mean? I don't understand the question that Wings and Mumble. BB77 says he should have defended his daughter when she was laying half naked in bed with a grown man, but he defended that. I say I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that. You know, Albert Fuller says, Truth of God has qualified ministers worldwide. I believe they are staying with the truth as the scriptures has said. Look at the results. Multitudes are being baptized in the name of Jesus Christ. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Gino always says, look at the number of people getting baptized. You know, these false prophets out here, these false prophets out here could say this, they could say that, they could say, oh, a lot of people is leaving the truth of God or whatever the case may be. Okay, fine. Let's say 10 people may leave the truth of God, but guess what? Thousands more going to come. You know what I mean? Thousands and thousands more is going to come to the truth of God. I've seen the results on my YouTube channel, just on my YouTube channel, you know? So imagine, First Church of our Lord Jesus Christ, their results is just whew, tens of thousands and probably millions, coming to the truth of God. So all these, false prophets could say this, they could say that, but the results of the truth of God, it's just the numbers are just skyrocketing. A lot of people, a lot of people is coming to the truth of God. A whole lot. And there's been a lot of false prophets out there, you know, that's just always hating on the message, but they got no results. They got no results at all. Not one bit, they happy if they get, one, two, three a year. They feel like they're doing something, but it's more work to do. This is an all day everything. This is an all day every day type of thing. Getting souls to the message, getting souls to the truth. Whether you're doing it from YouTube, whether you're doing it from Facebook, whether you're doing it from behind the pulpit, everybody got their roles that they got to do and that they love to do. To get this message out. I mean, I love it. I love it. To be honest with you, getting this message out. You know. Okay. Somebody said, Lizette says, truth of God is growing. My pastor Geno Jennings is a true man of God, of the Almighty God, Lord Jesus. Lizette says, absolutely. And I know, like I keep saying, a lot of these low riders who ain't saying nothing in this chat room, they from different organizations who was hating. I know they in here. Whether you're from Mobile, Alabama, Canada, South Carolina, it don't matter. The truth of God is growing, and ever since I got on YouTube, let me say this, not ever since I got on YouTube, but ever since I started pushing out the truth of God, I've been hearing these haters say, the truth of God is not going to last. The truth of God is going downhill. People is leaving. It's not going to last. I've seen this thing grow crazy, crazy. I mean, I'm a living testimony. Like I just put the truth of God on my channel 2016 just for study purposes. No expectation or nothing. And it just took off. It took off. It surpassed, false prophets out there. One false prophet, Tony Smith, surpassed all that. And I just wanted the truth of God on my channel just for study purposes, you know. So they could say this, they could say that, but they got no work. They got no work at all. They got no work, and they would try a little. They would try a little stuff. They would have people. They would have people. Try to message me. They would try to message me on Facebook, on Instagram, try to befriend me, trying to act like they interested in the truth of God, but they got a hidden agenda, you know. They would try to spread rumors on you. I mean, there's been people on here try to from different organizations. Um, they try to spread rumors on me with First Church brothers. You know, they try to cause friction with me and the truth of God. It didn't work. Gino called me before. He gave me a lot of advice, like it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So he said it's going to happen. He gave me a lot of advice upon things that's going to happen. That's why I just laugh at them. They try to record conversations, secret record conversations, wiretapping me, committing crimes. They committing crimes. They want to play it on they broadcast. Committing crimes. You know. So a lot of stuff has happened, and you know what? It still didn't work. It's not going to work. It's not. It's not. I'm gonna continue to push this message out. You could do what you want. You can say what you want from these different organizations, but I'm gonna keep pushing this message out. I'm gonna keep banging this message on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble.com, Twitter, Daily Motion, through my text messages, through my emails. We're gonna go to Australia, Canada, Poland, Ukraine, Russia, China, Japan. Where else I promote this at? Jamaica, Dominican Republic, Alaska, Trinidad, Tobago, Puerto Rico, Mexico, South America, Africa, uh, Germany. Come on, pushing this message all over the world, all over. So you think the little stuff that and I'm talking to the lowriders who have done certain stuff to try to cause friction. That stuff ain't gonna work here. It's not gonna work. Whatever you try, it's not gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Yeah, they done tried many things in the past. As Coach PJ taught me, taught me, gave me advice on. They're gonna try anything. They're gonna try any and everything on you. You know, so just be humble and stuff like that. It won't work. It won't work. Nothing they do won't work. It won't work. They almost tried everything. you know, they try to say I was gonna die. You know what I mean? They try to do witchcraft and stuff like that. It don't work. I ain't afraid of no. I'm not afraid of no witchcraft. I ain't afraid of none of that. No witchcraft, no voodoo. I ain't afraid of no false prophet. No punk who's gonna secretly record me from Florida. He know who I'm talking about. He know exactly who I'm talking about. You know, and he probably low riding in here. That stuff ain't gonna work on me. Nothing. So let's get back to this conversation we're talking about. Because the truth of God is banging everywhere. You know, the truth of God is definitely banging everywhere. And I see to it that it will get to all these places. All across the world, all across the world. If I got to do this all day, every day, even even when I was working driving trucks, I'm at a stop. I'm promoting in Alaska. I'm promoting in Australia. Even when I'm doing my deliveries, I'm promoting in Japan. I'm promoting here. So whatever these false prophets do, or they members of those who trying to cause friction with me and the truth of God, it won't work. It won't work at all. You could try whatever you want. You could do whatever you want. You could say whatever you want. You can put out whatever you want. It ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. You know. So those who false prophets making a threat or whatever the case may be, somebody sent me a video. I don't know, it was last month about a false prophet call us up making a threat. That ain't gonna move me, man. Ain't gonna move me. I grew up in Jersey City, man. Gang violence and all that. What a false prophet gonna scare me? How a false prophet is gonna scare me? How? You know? How? We pushing this truth. This is what we doing. The truth of God is doing. If y'all got a disagreement, talk it out like a man. Talk it out like a man. Have some respect. Don't sit here and do clown stuff. Don't sit here and commit a crime by trying to wiretap my phone and recording. Or why somebody had wiretap Gino, I think, or secretly recorded him. I think that was like Dory Love, right? One of his, I think I put it out. Dory Love boy, I forgot his name. He went to the service. I think it was last year, 2 years ago, and they secretly recorded Gino. Like, who does that? Who who does that? Who commits a crime like that? Why would these false prophets do that? Why would you stoop so low to commit a crime? You know, why would you stoop so low? Wiretapping is a crime. Why would you do that? Recording somebody secretly is a crime. So why would you even do that? And and what up, Allison? Yeah, absolutely. So when somebody said, "Do we got ministers?" all over, and cause the law, so they could do whatever, you could do whatever, you want, you know, it's not gonna work. It's definitely not gonna work. The true God is still growing and still banging, you know. It's it's whatever, it's whatever, you know, it's whatever. The truth of God is still gonna bang, You could do whatever you want, try whatever you want, you know. We definitely gonna um Adriel Rowe says, I heard about so-called Apostle Parker. Parker, like I told somebody before, I spoke to Parker, you know. Um, I really have nothing to say about that, Just hopefully he have a talk or whatever the case may be, see what's going on. And as far as like she said, Chappelle, God bless you too, Pam David. As far as like, Parker or whatever the case may be, I don't know if that situation was like linked. I don't know because I had went on Amazon. Well, somebody had sent me an email in reference to the Holy Scriptures, where as though it was I think you could pay for it and you could download it for like I don't know $50 maybe, and then the original book was $550. Somebody was selling the Holy Scriptures for $550, and they also had the church name on Amazon. So I don't know what the link is to that. I don't know because that was my first time seeing that about a week and a half ago. It's my first time. I don't know. Somebody was selling the Holy Scriptures for $550. Yeah. So I don't know. So yeah, absolutely, man. We gonna continue to post the truth of God, still bang the message. There was a situation years ago with this brother Mustafa Ali from South Carolina. Who was my boy. He was my boy. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he started getting off course with the truth of God, and he tried to get me to side with him when I didn't. He started spreading these rumors, trying to cause friction with me and the truth of God. But it didn't work. It didn't work because you got people like that who just jealous of you or whatever the case may be. So I've been through it with a lot of these people, who claim to be your friends, who claim to want to be your brother, but then they turn on you and start doing like, weird stuff, weird sneaky stuff. It is what it is. Naomi Hope says, "How did the false prophet get to the other side of the road? They don't. They bust." Naomi Hope is funny. So Parker is using. Nina says Parker is using Pastor Gino that he is part of his ministry, but he is not. He faults whatever you do. Do not add Parker, man. We need to park him away. Um, I don't really know that deep of a story to that. You know, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But I've spoken to Parker. Like I said, it was a fake page out there, Parker. It was a fake page out there. You know, it was. Just like it was a fake pages about me. You know, and fake pages about C Rock and me and Jude. So I don't know, man. It's just be people that's causing friction. What's up, Vision Target Shoot? It just be people that be making fake pages that be causing friction. It's just they trying everything. They trying everything to cause friction with the truth of God. They'll make a fake YouTube channel. Let's say that they'll make a fake YouTube channel like they with somebody in Mobile, Alabama, and then they'll comment on the Truth of God page, and then they might make a fake YouTube channel like they with the Truth of God, and then comment on a preacher man from Mobile, Alabama, and just cause friction. They cause more friction, you know, they'll just try, anything just to keep the I guess the spices going, you know. Then when Hope says, "You need me, Tony, about that life." Good, good. Go ahead. You funny to him. We hope. Jag One, thank you. For sure, Jag One. Vision Talk and Shoot. I want to know where you get your clothes. Um, somewhere in Maryland. Somewhere in Maryland. I forgot. Long time ago. I think it was last year. Somewhere in Maryland, I got this shirt from. I can't remember. Jackie McCall. Well, I usually get my clothes from Amazon. Amazon, you know. So I mean, you probably could find this shirt online somewhere. You know, basically, what you got to do is maybe just maybe screenshot, just take my head off and just Google the picture, Google the picture and see if like similar shirts come up where you could buy the shirt from. So if you see a shirt that you like that somebody is wearing, usually screenshot it, take their face off, and just Google the image, and I think similar shirts will pop up where you could buy the shirt from. You know. Jackie McCall says, thing is with men is men do not know how to rightly divide the word of the truth and taking the word of God out of context. Um this is dangerous, and those that hate me, I shall leave it on the hands of the Lord. What do you think about Will? We must beware of Sandra Moore says we must beware. Sandra Moore says we must beware of those backstabbers. Yes. Like if we becoming cool, you know what I'm saying? Even if we disagree with the scriptures, like you don't sit there and secretly record somebody and you claim to be a Christian. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. Well, they should have known that secretly recording somebody, is a felony. It's a third-degree felony. Where this cat was from in the state of Florida. You know what I mean? So if you a so-called Christian, but yet you secretly recording somebody, you committing a felony. You know what I mean? You stooping that low to try to get what? Nothing. You understand that? You don't got to secretly record me. It is what it is. We could have a public conversation. You know what I'm saying? And this was somebody who I thought was a brother, was becoming a brother. You know what I mean? This is what I thought. You know. So it wasn't just some regular random Joe Schmo called me out of nowhere. This was somebody who I was like cool with. You know what I mean? Real cool with. But behind the scenes, people jealous. They want to cause friction and things of that manner. They want to do these things. This was 2 or 3 years ago, and one happened last year or a year and a half ago. You know what I mean? They want to become cool with you, but they have hidden agendas. You understand that? So they would try any and everything, to try to cause some type of friction, in general. But it didn't work. It don't work. You know what I mean? As I said, Gino gave me good advice before, man, that things will happen like this, things will definitely happen, So, it is what it is. I'm just gonna keep banging the truth, you know. So, okay. Hold on. Read some of these comments. Facts. You got to forgive me. I gotta scroll back up to look at these comments. Well, Nina says, well, Pastor Gino announced it on one of his videos. Look it up, please. I already got that. I already got it noted already. I already have it noted. I listen. I take notes of all Truth of God videos. I got notes of all of them. Notes of all Truth of God videos, except for these past one yesterday. I take notes. I take timestamps of different topics and where he say things at. I know of it. I know Parker, and I'm well aware of what was said. He was basically talking about who's authorized to put up the truth of God. He mentioned me, Jude, and C-Rock. I know that. But like I said, I seen also on Facebook that there was a fake page on Parker. So I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to get into that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into that. My thing is I'm gonna keep pushing the message myself. I'm gonna keep banging the truth of God, every day. Every day is gonna be a video. Every day, unless my internet connection messes up. Even when I was sick. I was sick last year. I think it was last year. I had a fever. I ain't had no COVID. I ain't had COVID, but I had a fever last year, and I was sick. I couldn't move or nothing too much, for like 1 day or 2 days, but I still was pushing out that message. I still was pushing out the truth of God. I still was pushing out the message. So I'm gonna push out the message. That's my mission every day, all day. Every day, all day. Um Jaguar says, I want to sponsor you with my clothing line, Battle Axe. How do I get it into you? You can email me, boxertonyharvin at gmail.com. Box ertony at gmail. Excuse me, boxertonyharvin at gmail.com. Got one who clothing I wear. One person clothing I wear. Actually two. You know. So as hold up. As long as it's like, don't go against the scriptures, stuff dealing with say Satanism and things like that, I wear it. You know what I mean? Parker Sandra Moore says Parker act like he's with Pastor Geno Jennings. Um, hey, Vision Target shoots. The closer to Christ, the more your life is in danger because he was killed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The closer to Christ, the more your life is in danger. You know, that's why I don't get about those who are hating. Like if you have a disagreement, like yo, just be respectful. You ain't got to do nothing snake. You don't got to do nothing snakish. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be a striving Christian. You ain't gotta try to cause friction with me in the truth of God or somebody in the truth of God. You ain't gotta do that. You know what I mean? Pray for me. You know what I mean? Pray for all the best for someone's soul. Just because you have a disagreement, you ain't gotta have no hatred or nothing like that. Or try to sabotage. Well, they can't sabotage my character, but they'll try to sabotage your character. But what you can do, I don't care what you got on me, as far as like, light stuff, because my mission is to put out the truth of God. That's it. That's it. You know. But they'll try to get you out your character. They'll try to pull up something from the past. They'll try something you may say on the phone or whatever the case may be. you know. So these people out here, man, they ruthless, but they better be careful because somebody might leave them toothless. You know, everybody ain't always there. Everybody everybody is not all the way there. So they gotta be mindful of how they operating with certain people. You know. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Bullies, Essential More. TJ gonna be here. Amy Armstrong, what do you think? Yeah, keep your eyes open. That's right. That's right, man. Thank God for healing. Pray for people, Tony. Yeah, I pray for people. I pray for those who's hating. I pray for those who talking bad, try to cause friction. You know, those who mention my name in they broadcasts and stuff like that. Of course you gotta pray for them. I don't hope nothing bad for them or anything. Like I said, we got a disagreement. Hey, it is what it is. You know, if they want to talk in the street manner, why do it if you're a so-called striving Christian? You know, Sister Tony says toothless. Anyone who says, Tony, I got attacked today, but I laugh because Satan can't touch me. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. No one should be teaching our children not to self-defense. Casey Robinson says no one should be teaching our children not to self-defense. If Chris would have retaliated, it would have been truly justified as self-defense. I mean, like I said, everybody is not striving for holiness, you know. Um, Even those who are striving for holiness, well, listen, we don't know, you know. When push come to shove, if some of us got to defend ourselves in a physical manner, we gonna do it. We gonna do it, you know. We got a lot of us need a lot of work in those areas of turning the other cheek and things of that manner. Chris Rock had a lot more patience and a lot more poise than most of us who striving for holiness. He had a lot more poise, because a lot of us said, man, if that would have happened to us, if that would have happened to us, what we would have done, you know. Katie Jones says people got way too much time on their hands. Yeah, absolutely, 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 absolutely. You know, absolutely. A lot of time on their hand. A lot. Casey Robinson says Will Smith is not above the law. That was a simple assault. He should be charged in a court of law. Yeah, I mean, in their state, when they had the Oscars act, you know, um, they saying it could be assault. But if Chris Rock ain't try to move forward with it, then it's just a no. It's a no go. They know it's a no go. And with Will Smith money, he could get that dismissed, but we don't know what their law is on, I guess, talking about, other people health or whatever the case may be, because I know in Pennsylvania years ago, you know there was a football player, and after the football game in the NFL, um one of the police dogs, was barking or whatever the case may be, and the NFL player, he was marking the police dog. He was mocking him, you know but the football player didn't know that that was a crime to mock the police dog. So they was going to charge the football player with a crime. So we don't know the laws and things like that in certain states and certain counties and certain cities and things like that, you know. So we got to see how. Well, I'm not really interested in how it's going to pan out, but it was just something to talk about in general, you know, with this situation. The lawsuit thing could go, can and will go both ways. Absolutely, it definitely could go both ways. Look what Chris said. What Chris said could go against their laws. I don't. It depends if their laws, is against that. Over there where they was having the Oscars at. Katie Jones says, Tony, don't be reading my comments, girl. I mean, it's comments that come through, and plus, I gotta say what I gotta say. Then I gotta scroll back up and scroll back down, and I'm all over the place. Um, got about 7 more minutes left, and then I'm off this chat. Um, Defamation of character and simple assault. Defamation of character. I think defamation of character is like civil. That deals with civil, I believe, and simple assault is like criminal. You know, but with simple assault, it could go criminal and then it could go civil, because the simple assault is the physical charge, and the civil part is if Chris Rock received any type of medical damage to his mouth or whatever the case may be, which he could possibly sue Will Smith for like medical damage and I guess emotional distraught or whatever, how that goes. Angela Jackson says, "Hello, Tony. Have a blessed day." Thank you. You too, Tammy. Katie, amen. Tam. Tony, please don't chappelle nobody. Nah, I mean, getting physical with people over the internet, whatever the case may be. My the biggest the biggest thing is like I've never had to go through this, like wanting to get physical with people on the street ever. And being from Jersey City is a rough area or whatever the case may be, and I never had to go through that. But like I said, putting up the truth of God and these haters out there getting disrespectful, trying to cause friction. It's like, man, I never would expect this from people who are so-called Christians. I never would expect that, in the things that they say. It's like, wow, these are from so-called Christians. So it's like, wow, but I'm glad that they said it over the internet versus in person. I'm glad, because, like I said, a lot of us, we're not all the way there yet. We're still working on ourselves as far as like, you know, turning that other cheek and really having that poise and ease. I believe Bruce Lee said, that the greatest way to win a fight is to walk away. You know, I think. But Mike Tyson also said everybody has a plan until they get punched in their face. You know, you know. Naomi Hub says, "Let me chappelle for you. I got the stress." Oh man. Friday says, "Greetings, loved one." He talking to somebody else, I guess. Will Smith words could have caused medical damage. Then that whack. He said that whack punch of his. Yeah, it was. It was a whack punch. He didn't turn it. Well, as a fighter, and when you punch, it's a certain torque. You got to turn on your leg. You got to turn that fist a certain way. You know, and I give it to Chris Rock for taking that punch. His legs didn't buckle. He was very professional with it. He didn't say anything derogatory, or he didn't retaliate. That was pretty impressive. How he took it. And then he came back with a. He's not funny, but he came back with a little funny joke. um. Okay, let me finish reading these comments. Okay, so we got about a couple of more minutes on here. We basically, he said we gotta pay a bag. That was funny. That was funny. So yeah, if anybody got any questions, we can move on to something else. Anybody got any questions? In general, I know people got a lot of questions about the Holy Scriptures, when they come in, how could they buy them and stuff like that. Um, the Holy Scriptures is sold out. You got to keep checking the website. You know, once they go on sale, once the Holy Scriptures go on sale, they quickly sell out. If you are asking what's the nearest Truth of God location, go on www.truthofgod.com. To find the nearest location temple to you. A lot of people asking about baptism, same way, www.truthofgod.com. Jackie McCall says, I asked a simple question: who told you to be a Christian? Christian is simple, Christ-like. It's nothing bad about the word Christian. It's nothing bad about it. Whether you're Christian, whether you're striving for holiness, whether you're striving for God, trying to be God-like. Where there's no law, there's no transgression. You know, Juan Garcia is fighting for a sport a sin. Well, yeah, yeah, because it's a lot of wickedness in MMA. It's a lot of wickedness in boxing. It's a lot of wickedness. The business is wicked. You know, um, it's like you're doing it for money. It's like you're doing it for a lot of sinful things. When you doing it for money. But if you're doing that, like working out and stuff like that, staying in shape, staying focused, staying fit, learning your self defense. If you want to learn the technicalities of sport, of boxing, jujitsu, wrestling, judo, wing chun, whatever you say it, um, grappling, whatever the case may be, that's fine. You stay in shape. But if you, Jackie McCall, I answered that already. Jackie McCall, I already answered it. I already answered it. I'm not answering that question again. At Jackie McCall, I answered already. Juan Garcia says, I'm a Christian, but I don't claim Christianity. It's some people, as Gino says, strain at a gnat and try to swallow a camel. Um, he said, who told you to be a Christian? Okay, if somebody's a Christian, then what? What's wrong about somebody being a Christian? Huh? Okay, Jackie McCall. What's wrong with somebody being a Christian? I'm waiting for you to answer that question. I asked the question because I hear so many people say they're Christians. It's simply Christ-like. That's all. It's simply just to be like Christ. That's it. That's simple. It's a simple answer. You know, you're striving to be like Christ. You know, you're striving. It's a simple answer. You know, Keelan. Yo, Keelan be bugging. What up, Keelan Walker? That was funny. I ain't see that one. That was funny. He said, "Who told you to ask that question?" Oh, that was funny. That was funny. Oh man. Wow. Juan Garcia says, imagine a religion called Jesus Andy. He said Jesus Andy. That's what I think of Christianity, not in the scriptures. Oh man. Oh man. Nikita Robinson says, I'm striving to be like Christ, so that makes me a Christian. Nikita Robinson says that. Wow. That's what's up. Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. Definitely. What up? What up? I never knew how to pronounce your name. ADOK. I'm gonna just call you Chemos. What up, Chemos? All is well, man. I'm just on this live, maintaining, you know. We already answered that question, Jackie McCall. We answered that question already. You keep asking who told you to be a Christian. What you mean? Who? Like Elon says, who told you to ask that question? What kind of question is that? We believe in holiness. Nowhere in the Bible says Christianity. Chemos is laughing. That's what I'm gonna call you, Chemos, because I don't know how to pronounce that. It kind of look like academics. It kind of look like the way DJ Academics spell his name. He said, "I never said anyone told me." Um, they asked the question. He said they asked the question. Who told you to be a Christian? First Peter 4:16. Read that, Jackie McCall. Read that. Are we gonna back this up? First Peter 4:16. Oh, this is my disclaimer. I forgot to give my disclaimer. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a minister. I'm not eager to be no preacher, no minister. I'm not prophesizing here. We're just basically having a conversation. That's it. If a person asks a question in regards to the scriptures, we're gonna go to it. Jackie McCall says, who told us to be a Christian or whatever the case may be. First Peter 4:16 says, yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify God on this behalf. That sums it up right there. So you only a Christian in the name? Listen, I just told you. First Peter 4:16. First Peter 4:16. Yet, if any man suffer as a Christian, yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify God on this behalf. Bam. That sums it up right in a nutshell. So what other questions do you have, Jackie McCall? You said he told you to be holy. He did not tell you to. Oh my goodness. Oh man. I'm about to end this live, I'm about to end this live. You know. We're about to conclude this live. JT, absolutely that fresh cut. Yeah, I got a number 0, number 0. Pick you head on. All right, I'm about to get off this live. It's lunchtime. So I hope everybody having a wonderful day. In general. We spoke about Will Smith situation. We Jackie McCall says, if you are a Christian, why are you attacking one another? Who's attacking who? Ain't nobody attacking nobody on here. Yeah, who's attacking who on here? We ain't attacking nobody on here. Ain't nobody attacking nobody on here. Everybody's smooth. Even when the brothers from Mobile, Alabama come on here, like God's Man for Life, from that other organization, we still have a wonderful conversation. We spoke about the Son of God the other day. And he from Kendrick Murray Church. Nobody was attacking nobody. We had a respectful conversation on the Son of God. It was cool. It was all right. You know what I mean? So we ain't attack nobody. We ain't attacking nobody on here. We have smooth conversations on here. You know what I mean? You know, we send much prayers and much love in general. You know, we got no hate here or nothing. No hate. We ain't attacking nobody on here. You know, absolutely. He said Jackie McCall is bored. Just trying to start something up. Remember what I said? People trying to cause friction earlier. Because nobody in here attacked nobody that's a Christian. Nobody. Victor says, brother, you got yourself a different sparring partner. I don't know what type of sparring partner this is, because First Peter 4:16 that clearly clarifies it up. This person asking this question, but I don't know what they're talking about. You know. Okay. All right. So we're about to conclude. Much love to everybody. Even those who are from different organizations. Much prayers. And love and things like that unto y'all. Jessica, what is your question? Man, I'm not coming on your show, man. Nobody coming on that show. Ain't nobody be on that show. Get out of here. You want me to come on your show and you got no traction on that show. You know? You want to come on that show for. Get out of here, man. Why would I want to come on a show like yours? You know? You talking about bring your people. I ain't bringing nobody over there. Why would I want to bring somebody um to your platform? We could talk about it right here. If you want to talk. I'm not going on that platform. Your brother platform. You know. Um, Man, you could say scared or whatever the case may be. Nobody going on your platform, man. Listen, if you want to have a certain discussion, just like when like I keep saying, when Kendrick Murray people came on here last time, God's Man for Life, aka Gary, we treated him with much respect, much love, and stuff like that. He wasn't disrespectful or nothing. He had a simple conversation with us about the Son of God. You know, so everybody gets treated, neutral or whatever the case may be. We don't attack nobody, man. It's all love, it's all prayers. You know how how it's one way on here. It's not one way on here. Just what you got to say, what you want to talk about. You know, what's your topic? What's your topic at Mr. Williams? You know, everybody listening to you. You know, you said Jansen go somewhere. All right, just let's treat Jansen with some respect. What he want to talk about? What he want to talk about? What does Mr. Williams want to talk about? Huh? I'm waiting. Where's your brother at too, Anthony Williams? What you want to talk about, Mr. Williams? I'm waiting. Hurry up, because I'm getting hungry. I'm hungry. I don't know what I want for lunch. Maybe I go to Smoothie King. Maybe I go to Smoothie King. Give me a strawberry banana smoothie with fiber blend, protein, almonds, and yogurt in it. Hurry up, Jansen. What's taking you so long? Oh man. All right, Jansen don't want to say nothing. I'm trying to read your comments, Naomi Hope, but just a bunch of comments coming, and then I gotta talk. I'm not stopping by your show, man. You know, if like I said, Mr. Williams, if you got a topic you want to talk about, let's talk about it now. I can still spare some time. I can still spare some time, you know. I'm just waiting. What you want to talk about? What you want to talk about? But it seemed like you you said you hungry. I'm at work. Oh man, he said he at work. Where you work at, man? I'm about to come to McDonald's, man. Let me get a smoothie. I'm gonna get a strawberry banana smoothie at Mr. Williams. What up, Marcus? We about to conclude this. Jackie McCall. Keelan says, go get you a nice juicy pork sandwich. Oh no, no, no. He trying to make my stomach hurt with that pork. Yeah, I think Mr. Williams disagreed with eating pork too. I think Mr. Williams, the Hebrew Israelite, disagrees with eating pork. Not for health reasons, but for biblical reasons. Like he's the most healthiest eating person in the world. You know? You said avoid the haters. I usually like to give them, you know, an opportunity just to talk. Like, you know, we won't attack them or nothing like that. You know, I just want to hear what they got to say. You know, show them some respect. You know, pray for them, still love them. You know. All right, Mr. Williams ain't got nothing to say. I thought he had something to say. Whatever. You know. Greetings. I'm finally able to speak to you live. Do you know if the July convocation will be at headquarters? I don't know about the July convocation, but I do know what one in April is going to be in North Carolina. Peace and love at Jerry. He said, let's go back to the Bible. Chappelle, eat your lunch. Sandra Moore. Chocolate cake. Nah, I don't. It says, are you suffering? Fish and grits at Marcus. Enjoy your lunch at Pam Davis. Okay. All right, now I can conclude. Okay. Now I'm about to conclude. I'd like to thank everybody once again for coming on here. The lives. You know, we had the conversation about Will Smith. People causing friction among the truth of God. We had a conversation about, you know, promoting the truth of God, you know, all across the world, not giving up. You got to check truthofgod.com at how. You got to check truthofgod.com. What else we talked about? A lot of things. Showing love to, you know, people from different organizations as far as like, if they got a disagreement, don't come with disrespect. Just come respectfully, you know? Don't come being a distraction. If you want to just have a simple conversation, it's fine. You know, we talked about that. What else? Oh, that's about it, I think. So once again, Tony Harvin, I'm signing off. Maybe I'll be back on Wednesday, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Um, Much love and much prayers to everybody. You know, the low riders especially. You know, those from different organizations don't want to say nothing, just listening. Peace at how peace, everybody. You know, peace. Naomi Hope, Vaughn Brown, Keelan, Chemos. Read your last comment. I'm coming to the show with you and backhand everybody with the Bible. You're gonna backhand everybody with the Bible. All right. Peace, everybody. Peace. I love how you. All right. Take care. Peace.